For more than a century, cruise collections have provided big luxury brands the chance to flex their sartorial muscle between the year's two major fashion weeks. Dior decided to present its 2018 cruise collection not in a glamorous cosmopolitan city, but in a nature reserve among the rolling hills of Santa Monica, a setting that seemed to go down well with Dior's A-list guests.
I serve God, and I believe in God, and that's as far as it goes. I haven't thought through my spirit animal yet, though.
Maria Grazia Curie's cruise collection draws heavily on shamanism and ritual, but its key inspiration was a collection designed by Christian Dior himself in 1951, itself inspired by the ancient drawings discovered in the Lascaux caves.
I think that sometimes we forgot the natural element, and I want to try to work in this way, because in fashion we have to give our point of view, but at the same time the people can choose the piece, can mix in their point of view, in a more one of a kind. I think that's what's important, that you find the element in the collection that are close with you and express and help to express yourself.
Key to everything Dior does is the unique savoir-faire of its workshops. Just like all major couture houses, Dior has two: a tailoring workshop for suits and coats, and another for dressmaking.
In the dressmaking workshop, we work with the more supple, fluid, delicate fabrics, like muslin, organza, and georgette crepe. We mainly work on evening dresses, long dresses, often with lace. Yes, it's mainly evening dresses. My job is to provide that link between the creative studio and the workshop. So first I meet with the creative director, Maria Grazia, and her team, so that she can explain the sketches for a new collection. She'll explain the theme, the essence of the collection, and then I need to get organized with the model makers. I share out the work and explain to them what's going to happen with the collection.
Inspired in large part by the tarot cards used by the shamanist feminist Vicky Noble, the collection often feels wild and primal. References to nature and animals abound.
Oh, I think that in any case we have to think our relationship with the natural element. And so I try to translate this first inspiration with other things, with O'Keeffe, but not about her, what she did, more about her life, that she was in the desert, that she was in contact with the nature, with the mother heart. I think the women has to be in contact with other elements.
Georgia O'Keeffe was an American avant-garde artist who transformed desert landscapes into abstract modern paintings in the early 1960s.
It's inspired by a specific hat she used to wear. And also, a lot of it comes from Maria Grazia too. This hat is like the rather square one that she wore a lot in the 1950s.
After the show, has the shamanism worked? If pushed, what would Dior's guests say was their spirit animal?
An owl. I love owls. I write a lot. It puts me in a sort of meditative state.
The other major French luxury fashion house decided to stay put to reveal its 2018 cruise offering. Chanel held its show at the Galerie Courbe in Paris's Grand Palais. Kitted out in opulent Grecian columns for the occasion, Karl Lagerfeld has always been drawn to antiquity. The first books he ever read were the Iliad and the Odyssey.
The Greeks, they had something what was lost later. The body was not something what was hidden, what you had to be ashamed of, like it turned out in later centuries. That was like today, the body was important, the body went with the clothes, everything was easy, not contrived, and this is a modern message for me of the antiquity.
Coco Chanel herself was no stranger to the Greek tragedies. In 1922, she designed the costumes for a stage performance of Antigone, adapted by Jean Cocteau.
The clothes are important, but you have to give a twist, and you have to use the elements of the Greek culture from those days in a funny way and not on a heavy, teacher-like historical way.
The tweeds are rendered not in fabric but embroidery, while other details are in PVC. Lagerfeld excels when he fuses different styles and techniques.
It is incredibly free, very fresh, with a deep relation with nature. Sometimes they are almost naked. That breathe something very, very beautiful and healthy.
So next year's cruise collections are going back to nature, with the biggest fashion houses' offerings by turns shamanic, primordial and innovative.